Hey folks, I'm Camille Who Armstrong, the performing arts renaissance woman. For over 40 years, I've worked as a performer, educator, consultant, and coach. But most importantly, I'm a parent. From classrooms to stages to bedtime routines, I've spent my life nurturing creativity, character, and connection in the next generation. This series is for you, whether you're expecting, learning as you go, or parenting for the first time, or even third time around. I'm here to share the insights, tools, and real talk I've gathered over 4 decades of hands on experience. Welcome to Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. I'm so glad you're here. Camille Who here. I had to wear my spring colors. I'm very excited. It's spring. Happy spring. If you're watching this in real time. This is one oh goodness, I feel for the people who have those spring allergies. I don't know what I would do because I love spring so much. It's one of my favorite seasons ever. Anyway, I just had to wear my spring colors. Okay, moving on. In this mini series within the parenting series, we are uncovering what I like to call the 8 parenting blueprints. These are unconscious patterns that we parents tend to default to when we're stressed, when we're tired, when emotions run high. Yep. All right, so far we have uncovered the overachiever. We've uncovered the hero, the rebel, the perpetuator, the prohibitor, and today we are going to uncover a pattern or a blueprint that many of you may be familiar with. It's the helicopter. Now, if you're the kind of parent that prides themselves on always being there, this one might touch you. This parent hovers, oversees, monitors, oversees social interactions, oversees school, oversees activities, oversees emotions. They genuinely want success for their child, safety for their child, achievement for their child, closeness with their child. They say, I just want to be there for them. But presence without space prevents growth. A child without space doesn't learn to problem solve, doesn't self soothe, doesn't self advocate, doesn't navigate social tension, doesn't build resilience. Some of our strongest muscles are built when no one is cushioning the fall. The hidden driver here. This blueprint is fueled by fear. Fear of missing something, being an absent parent, their child struggling alone, their child failing publicly, their child not needing them. There's also identity here. If I'm involved in everything, I'm a good parent. But constant involvement can create dependency. Here are some thoughts that go along with the helicopter blueprint. My child needs me for everything. If I'm not there, something might go wrong. I should be involved in all of it. Feelings that go along with those thoughts: anxiety, hypervigilance, attachment driven fear, fear of irrelevance, fear of failure for the child. Here are some actions that go along with those fears: staying glued to the child, inserting into social interactions, hovering at classes or activities, solving forgotten items immediately, managing friendships, intervening quickly at discomfort, anticipating problems before they arise. For example, I have a child who And this was like, I had to learn this. I don't know why it took my last child to learn this one. But my child one day forgot to bring his water bottle to school. And at this point now, this was after COVID. So, and they had gone back to school, and it was important that every child had their water bottle, that they were not drinking from the fountain. So, my son forgot his water bottle, and I realized that, and I drove all the way to that school and brought him his water bottle. There's the hero in me. There is also the helicopter in me thinking like, he's gonna die. I catastrophized it. I'm thinking he's gonna, something's gonna go wrong, and he's gonna die of thirst. I don't know what I thought, but I was just like, must bring the water and save my child. I go to school. He comes because they stop him from wherever he is at, right? Wherever he's at in his classes. Took him from that class, sent him downstairs to come get his water bottle from me. And I'm like thinking, I'm like, yes, I'm saving the day. And he came downstairs and was pissed. He was like, Mom, we were in the middle of a game in gym. It's like, wow. I was okay, I thought you needed your water bottle though, so I was doing fine, you know. It's like, ouch. So at that point, I mean, we tend to make up these things in our heads, right? Like your child is not going to die of thirst in a few hours. They will be okay. They'll come home. They'll make up for what they for lost water. Okay? And this is what I had to learn. Like, oh, okay. I think I just kind of made it worse than it actually was. And he didn't need saving, or he didn't need help in that respect. I didn't know that, like, I didn't think about his world and what I could be interrupting or anything like that. So and the fact that he didn't bring it, the actual result for him would be being thirsty all day. That is the very thing that he needs to feel, that your child needs to feel in order to know, and they need to feel it for the rest of the day in order to know, I'm not forgetting my water bottle tomorrow. But if mom comes and saves the day, they're on different levels. It's not okay, right? There's some situations maybe they do. Maybe it's just a really, really hot day. But now at this point, people are using water fountains again. But this was just during a time where they couldn't use a water fountain, and they had to bring in their water bottles. And I was just thinking, my kid's gonna die of thirst. I don't know. I don't know. I just made it worse than what it was. The bottom line is he would have done fine, and just feeling thirsty all day would have taught him to bring his water bottle the next day and to never forget his water bottle again. It's that fall that I came and I cushioned. But I really was taking away, and I didn't realize that as a parent. And this is why I teach these things. I didn't realize as a parent that I was taking away my child's ability to learn a lesson that he had to learn on his own because he was like in middle school. This boy was going to be going to high school in a couple years. Like these are things that he needs to be learning on his own. Moving on to the results that come from those actions. For the parent, exhaustion, anxiety, burnout, over identification with child's success, difficulty separating identity. And for the child, there's two possible outcomes: high anxiety and dependency, afraid to make decisions alone, struggles with independence, avoids risk, fearful of failure, social insecurity, or hard rebellion at adulthood, breaks free suddenly, cuts off communication, marries or moves out impulsively, seeks independence without maturity, because the child never learned gradual independence. When you hover too long, they either cling or crash. Support is not the same as supervision. Presence is not the same as proximity. Children need guidance, not guardianship forever. We can't learn to get up if we don't fall. And cushioning their fall is not teaching them how to get up. It's not teaching them to how to deal with uncomfortable situations so that they can move through it and self-soothe and learn lessons from that. Growth requires distance, unfortunately. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, parents. I found myself having to train myself in different stages of every single one of my children's lives. It didn't become old. It became new every single time. Every single time. I've had 4 children. I've fostered children. I've nannied children. I have come into places and stages and phases of their lives where I've had to go, whoa, okay, I guess I need to train myself to do this now. I guess you don't need this. I will train myself now. Like, I need to train myself. Otherwise, I'm going to make this hard for myself and for my child. Best thing you can do is to become aware, make the adjustment, move forward. And I swear, your child will totally appreciate it. And they'll be better for it, and you'll be better for it. You'll be less stressed out for it. Yes, so yeah, and that's one of those things, being distant, not being like distant, like, oh, forget it, do it yourself. Not like that. But some space is necessary. And that's where children really do their deep growth. Confidence requires experience, right? If they don't get a chance to experience the falls, the uncomfortable situations, then they don't know how to move through it. They don't learn how to move through it. And when they learn how to move through it, then there's a certain confidence that comes along with learning a new skill, learning a new social skill, learning a new personal skill, because you've overcome something before and you've done it yourself. Maybe you can be a guide, but you don't necessarily have to be there every time. You can actually maybe have this conversation with them later. How was your day, right? And they tell you, well, this had happened and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, well, what did you do? What were you thinking? What did you think? And your child will tell you things like, oh, you know what? I was like really frustrated and I didn't know what to do. And I kind of thought, well, maybe I should da 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 da. And I said something to my friend, and then they apologized because they didn't know that's what they did, and yada yada yada. And then like, and I felt really good. I felt just proud that I was able to just talk to my friend about it. Things like that. They will have these conversations with you. That's how confidence grows. Confidence also grows through support from their parent, but also, right, it goes hand in hand, right? Being able to have that space. If you are a parent who teaches your child awareness in certain situations, when they get to those certain situations, then they are aware of it, and then they can use the tools that you taught them. Or maybe they've seen you model these things. Maybe they've heard you say these things. Maybe they've seen these things. They've seen these things in their daily movie at home, where they see other people move through uncomfortable situations, and they now have that model. They've learned it just through watching their daily movie at home, and now they're now in this situation. They know how to recognize it, identify it, and go, oh, okay, this is one of those times where mom would usually talk to dad and say, hey, you know what, this was not really cool, or I felt uncomfortable when you said this, and dad said, oh shoot, I didn't realize it, I'm so sorry about that. Like, oh, it's okay, I thank you for apologizing. Just situations like that. Your child is learning those skills already, right? If you, then you as a parent can trust that when your child is in an uncomfortable situation, that that you've taught them certain tools. You've made them aware of certain situations and uncomfortable situations, and uncomfortable relationships, and so on and so forth, temptations, things like that. You've made them aware so that you can trust that, okay, they're going to be okay because I gave them tools and I've modeled these tools. Resilience requires discomfort. I know. I know. I know, mom. I know, dad. I know. It's tough to watch your child be uncomfortable. It's tough, but it's the thing that helps us to become resilient. And so when something does not work out, they will not melt down. They will not just completely lose it all. They will become resilient. And sometimes the best thing you can do when your child is uncomfortable or experiences discomfort is validate their feelings, not come in and make them feel it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Not make them feel better. Not make them, okay, just deep breathing. Okay, now take it. No. Just validating their feelings is enough. And going, ooh, that must have hurt. Oh, baby. Sometimes just your presence and letting them know it's okay to feel this helps them to become more resilient because they're seeing without you forcing it on them. They're experiencing that we all experience discomfort, and guess what? I can move through it and I'm going to be okay. And because of that, that resilience starts to form and build. So the goal here is not to be needed forever. The goal here is to raise a child that doesn't need you forever. Let me tell you how good being an empty nester is. It's really nice. And when your children can, and I mean, listen, I have adult children, and I look upon them and I'm like, ee, but they're not going, I need you, I need you, I need you to help figure this out. No, they're figuring it out. They're figuring it out. And I trust God with their lives. So, and I trust God's timing with their lives. And I trust that if God had his hand on my life and the messed up decisions that I made, the messed up choices I made, and I'm a better person for it, and I've learned and I'm becoming more wiser now, then I know that they can do the same thing. They can talk to me about it. They can experience these things and maybe they fall a bunch of times, right? But I know that they can get up. And I know that they're protected. I know that their resilience is being built. And I know that they don't need me to help them figure out life every moment of every day. That's a nice feeling. That's a rewarding feeling as a parent because I know that I taught them how to learn. I know that I gave them certain tools, and I know that now they are perfecting these tools, right? As life tests these things and brings them all these different kinds of situations, and they make choices, and they go down that road and they learn, oh, okay, I see, got it. Not the best road to go down. Okay, let's try this, right? And they're learning, but it's good to see that they don't necessarily need to call me every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll talk to my kids. I love them. I love them all. And they all are, I believe, just incredible human beings who are in their different stages of life. And I know that they're going to really just impact the future. The better they get at just being adults, they're going to impact the future in a positive way as well because of the resilience that they are building and the confidence that comes with it. My dear helicopters, your strength is your devotion. Your weakness is your over attachment. Now, what if being there for your child means teaching them how to be without you? What if stepping back is not abandonment, but preparation? You're not losing them when you give them space. You are building them. Now, here's questions that I want you to ask yourself. What are you afraid of will happen when you're not present? What part of your identity depends on being needed? Did you have to handle too much alone as a child? Are you raising a capable adult or a permanent child? The helicopter parent, as loving as they don't need to love less. They just need to hover less. That's all. And what is the thing that you're going to tell yourself? What are the things that you're going to address, right? Those questions you can ask yourself, and these things bring awareness. Examine yourself. Where does it come from? Where does it belong to me? Does it belong to my mom? Does it belong to my grandmother? Does it belong to my father? Does it belong to my grandfather? Is this something that was passed down and I was not aware of it, right? Examine these things, become aware of it, learn different tools. It is possible for you to make this adjustment right now just by becoming aware. You are raising a future adult, not a permanent dependent. In the next blueprint, we are uncovering yet another pattern shaping families. I am Camille Who, and I am out of here.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Camille Who, the Child's Whisperer. A heartfelt thank you to the generous supporters of the Books and Beyond campaign. This series wouldn't be possible without you. If you're a new or expecting parent, I created Better Parent, Better Future just for you. I empower first time parents to embrace a positive mindset and navigate those early parenting years with confidence and joy. Click the link in the description to learn more or to find out how we can work together. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading with love.